One of the things I love most about my position at the Titans is having the opportunity to motivate other women and watch them succeed. I'm excited and inspired to be here today among so many other successful women. Today you motivate me. I hope I can in turn inspire you to continue working hard, to continue to strive for your goals, and to continue to be great role models for other women in the workforce who aspire to flourish professionally. Often I'm asked about the real lives of Titans cheerleaders. Typically I receive questions like, what are they really like? Is cheerleading a full-time job? And the always profound, what do they look like without makeup? The short answers are, they really are amazing. Cheerleading is certainly not a full-time job. And most of them still look pretty good without makeup. Truthfully, their lives are not that much different from yours. 2 of the women on my squad are mothers, about half are wives, and all either are employed full-time or are full-time students. So you see, in one way or another, all of you are not that different from Titans cheerleaders. The cheerleaders arrive before the players and leave after most of them. We arrive on Sunday mornings at 7:45 a.m. in order to have one final rehearsal on the field. Sometimes, toward the end of practice, the players begin coming out on the field to warm up. In fact, Craig Hentrick loves to stand on one end of the field and punt into our formation. I think it's his own personal free comedy that when the ball comes crashing down on us to see us scatter with mice, because I look back and flash him a dirty look and he's always laughing. But my favorite early morning pregame story is the morning when I kicked quarterback Steve McNair off the field. It was the end of the season and we were doing a Christmas routine where the cheerleaders would be popping out of presents that were 3 feet square. It's a pretty small space to be in. We were having a tough time getting the timing right. Apparently, it was more difficult to hear the music inside that box than I'd anticipated. Yikes. So about an hour into rehearsal, Steve saunters out on the field to begin his warm-up. And we just weren't ready for him to be there. And frankly, having Steve McNair running around on the field is a little distracting. So I walked up to him and explained that he would need to wait until we were finished and that we were popping out of our presents exactly on cue. You can imagine he gave me a funny look, but God loves Steve. He turned around, walked to the bench, and waited for us to finish. After we were finished, I thanked him politely. The bad news is to that story, I think that game was the 9th or 10th loss of the 5-11 season that year. I just hope his lack of a proper warm-up didn't affect his in-game job performance.